Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. So today, we are going to be tackling a question that I'm sure is on a lot of your minds. If you had, let's just say, $3,000 ready to invest in cryptocurrency,
Right.
where would you put it? XRP or Cardano?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a tough decision.
It is a tough decision. Both of them have a lot going for them, but they really appeal to different types of investment philosophies.
Yeah, and to help us break this down, we have this article from the Motley Fool.
Right.
And spoiler alert,
Right.
they are very bullish on XRP.
Yeah.
But before we get into all of their arguments, can we just do a super quick rundown of what each coin is for anyone who might not be totally familiar?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Cardano, the big goal for Cardano is to become the top platform for what are called smart contracts and decentralized applications.
Okay.
Basically the building blocks of a lot of the cool stuff that's happening in the crypto world. And they want to dethrone Ethereum, which is currently the leader in this space.
So they're ambitious. Very ambitious.
The article talks about Cardano having lower gas fees
Yes.
and faster transactions, which both sound good to me, but can you break those down a little bit for anyone who might not know what those are?
Sure. Think of gas fees as the tolls that you pay on a highway.
Oh, okay.
Every transaction on a blockchain has a small fee that's attached to it.
Okay.
And Cardano aims to keep those fees as low as possible.
Gotcha.
And then transaction speed is key in the crypto world because some blockchains are notoriously slow.
Right.
Waiting for a bank transfer days and days.
Yeah.
Cardano wants to make things zip along much faster.
So low fees, fast transactions sounds promising.
Sounds great.
But the article also mentioned that Cardano's price has actually dropped more than Ethereum's over the past 3 years, even with all of these advantages.
Interesting.
So what's up with that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it really highlights that better technology doesn't always equal a better investment, at least in the short term.
Okay.
Sometimes, market perception and hype play a huge role. Sure.
So to understand this better, let's just kind of unpack how Cardano works.
Okay.
It's based on something called proof of stake,
Okay.
which is a way to validate transactions and secure the network that's much more energy efficient than, say, Bitcoin's proof of work system.
Interesting.
So think of it as being eco-friendly.
So they're eco-conscious too.
Yes.
But the article also brings up Solana, which is supposedly even faster and cheaper than Cardano, but it also hasn't taken over the market either.
Yeah,
So it seems like speed and cost aren't the only factors.
for sure.
What else should people be considering?
Well, there's also the question of real-world use and adoption.
Okay.
Like, what are people actually doing with these cryptocurrencies?
Yeah.
So in Cardano's case, they are focusing on areas like healthcare and supply chain management.
Oh, interesting.
Like they're building the infrastructure for a future where blockchain technology is integrated into all sorts of systems that we use every day.
So they're playing the long game.
They are definitely in it for the long haul.
Yeah. Building for the future. But how does that compare to XRP?
Okay.
The article was calling it the coin of the moment.
Interesting.
So what makes it so hot right now?
Well, XRP is really laser focused on solving one big problem, and that's the high cost of sending money internationally.
Okay.
You know how banks charge those hefty fees for international transfers?
Yeah.
XRP is designed to cut those fees down to practically nothing,
Wow.
making it much cheaper and faster to send money across borders.
So it's like a super efficient global payment system.
Exactly.
Yeah. The article even had this comparison of a $30 Swift transfer taking days to go through versus an XRP transaction costing fractions of a penny and settling in seconds.
Wow, yeah, that's a huge difference.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
So if it's so much better, why isn't everyone using it?
Well, that's where adoption comes in.
Okay.
While XRP has gained some traction with some financial institutions, it still faces these hurdles in terms of widespread acceptance.
Right.
Some banks might be hesitant to switch from a system that's well-established like Swift
Sure.
to something that is relatively new like XRP.
Yeah, they're just we've always done it this way.
Exactly. And, when you're dealing with large sums of money, change can be scary.
For sure. For sure. Okay, so XRP is all about the real world application right now. Whereas Cardano is building for potentially this bigger future, but it's further off.
Right.
That's a tough choice.
It is.
The article also mentions these things called ETFs,
Yes.
which could be a big deal for XRP.
Yes, they could.
What exactly are ETFs and why are they important?
So an ETF, or exchange traded fund, is basically a basket of assets that you can buy and sell in the stock market.
Okay.
So imagine being able to invest in XRP just like you would buy shares of a company.
Okay.
This opens up the cryptocurrency to a whole new group of investors who might not be comfortable dabbling in the sometimes confusing world of crypto exchanges.
So it makes it much more accessible to just the average investor. Exactly. Much more accessible.
And the article is saying that this is like a big advantage that XRP has over Cardano.
It is.
Okay, but is that like a guaranteed win for XRP?
That's a really good question.
Could there be any downsides to that wider accessibility?
Well, while wider accessibility could lead to a surge in demand and price,
Right.
it could also make XRP more susceptible to the volatility of the traditional stock market.
Interesting.
So it's not a guaranteed win, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay, so both coins have their pros and cons, their short-term advantages and like long-term potential.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this decision so interesting.
Yeah, there's no clear-cut answer.
Right.
And a lot of it depends on your individual investment goals and like how much risk you're willing to take.
Exactly. Your risk tolerance is a big factor.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork.
We have.
Cardano is aiming to build the future of blockchain,
They are.
while XRP is tackling this real-world problem right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still so much more to uncover.
Oh, yeah, we're just getting started. So stay tuned, everyone. This deep dive is just getting started. Welcome back to the deep dive. So in part one, we kind of laid out the basics of XRP and Cardano,
We did.
thanks to that Motley Fool article.
Mm-hmm.
But now let's get down to like the nitty gritty.
All right, let's do it.
What are the real strengths and weaknesses of
Okay.
each of these coins?
Excellent point. Let's start with Cardano.
Okay.
So we talked about its ambition to be this like leading platform for smart contracts and decentralized applications.
Right.
But how does it actually achieve that?
Yeah.
Well, Cardano is built on this layered architecture
Okay.
with each layer meticulously planned and peer-reviewed.
Interesting.
This means that the code is constantly scrutinized by experts, which makes it super robust and less prone to bugs or hacks.
So it's like they're building a fortress brick by brick.
Exactly.
Instead of just like throwing something up overnight.
Exactly. Cardano is all about slow and steady progress.
Okay.
Their development roadmap is meticulously laid out, with each phase carefully considered and implemented.
Okay.
They believe that this approach will lead to a more stable and sustainable blockchain ecosystem in the long run.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially when you think about how much money is at stake in the crypto world.
Yeah.
You want a platform that you can really like trust.
Absolutely.
But the article did mention that Cardano's slow and deliberate development process could actually be like a weakness. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
On the one hand, this careful approach ensures security and stability.
Right.
But on the other hand, it can make Cardano less agile and adaptable than some of its competitors.
Oh, okay.
You know, in the fast-paced world of crypto, things change rapidly.
Yeah.
And Cardano might miss out on some emerging trends because of their very measured approach.
Yeah, it's like the difference between a meticulously crafted Swiss watch and a cutting-edge smartwatch.
Exactly.
Both have their advantages.
Precisely. Now let's switch gears and look at XRP. Unlike Cardano, which is building a platform for various applications,
Right.
XRP is all about solving one specific problem, and that's making cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient.
Right. It's like the express lane for international money transfers.
Exactly.
The article was highlighting how much cheaper and faster it is compared to like the traditional SWIFT transfers.
Right.
But how does it actually work? What makes it so efficient?
Well, XRP acts as a bridge currency.
Okay.
So instead of going through a complex chain of intermediaries and conversions, financial institutions can use XRP to quickly and easily send money across borders, bypassing the traditional banking system.
Interesting.
This cuts down on fees and processing time significantly.
Okay. I'm starting to understand why the article is so bullish on XRP. But if it's so great, why isn't everyone using it already?
Right.
Why are banks still relying on SWIFT?
Well, that's where adoption comes in.
Okay.
While XRP has gained traction with some financial institutions, it still faces hurdles in terms of like widespread acceptance.
Right.
Some banks might be hesitant to switch from a well-established system like SWIFT
Sure.
to a relatively new technology like XRP.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Change can be scary, especially when you're dealing with large sums of money.
for sure.
And then there's that whole legal battle with the SEC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The SEC lawsuit has definitely created some uncertainty for XRP.
Okay.
The outcome of this lawsuit could have a significant impact on its future adoption and price.
So even though XRP seems to have this really clear use case and real-world adoption,
Right.
the legal landscape is still, like, a little bit murky.
A little bit, yeah. It's definitely a key risk factor to consider when evaluating XRP as an investment.
Yes. Okay, so Cardano and XRP both have their, like, challenges.
Yeah.
But what are some of the potential upsides?
Good.
Like, let's say we fast forward 5 years.
Right.
What does the best case scenario look like for each of these coins?
Okay, so let's imagine a world where Cardano's vision comes to fruition.
All right.
Their meticulous planning pays off, and they establish themselves as the leading platform for decentralized applications.
Okay.
Developers flock to Cardano, attracted by its security, stability, and robust infrastructure.
So instead of just focusing on specific use cases, like healthcare or supply chain management, they become like the foundation for all sorts of innovative applications that we haven't even thought of yet.
Exactly. And as more applications are built on Cardano, demand for its native token, ADA, increases, driving up its value.
Interesting. Okay, so what about XRP?
All right, so let's picture a world where XRP becomes the de facto standard for cross-border payments.
Okay.
Banks and financial institutions worldwide abandon SWIFT and embrace XRP speed and efficiency.
Okay.
The cost of sending money internationally plummets, benefiting businesses and individuals alike.
And with ETFs potentially making it accessible to, like, everyday investors,
yes,
it could become like a household name, like buying stocks or bonds.
Right. Precisely the combination of widespread institutional adoption and mainstream accessibility could lead to a significant surge in XRP's price.
Wow. Okay, both of those scenarios sound incredibly optimistic.
They do.
But also possible.
Yeah.
It's like choosing between investing in the infrastructure for a brand new city or investing in the company that's going to build the high-speed rail connecting it to the rest of the world.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And it highlights the fundamental difference between these two coins.
Right.
Cardano is building the foundation, while XRP is focusing on a specific application.
So how do we weigh these different approaches?
Yeah.
What questions should we be asking ourselves as we try to decide where to put that hypothetical $3,000?
That's what we'll tackle in part 3.
Right.
We'll explore the factors you should consider when making this investment decision, and we'll leave you with some final thoughts to ponder as you navigate the exciting world of crypto.
All right, so welcome back to the final part of our XRP versus Cardano showdown. We've talked about the tech, the potential, and even the risks. But now let's get practical. Like, if you had that $3,000 ready to go, how would you actually decide between these two?
Yeah, it's decision time.
Yeah.
But before you pull out your digital wallets, there are a few key factors to consider.
Okay.
Think of it like choosing between two promising startups.
Okay.
You'd want to look at their teams, their track records, their market potential, and, of course, the risks involved.
Right. It's not just about, like, which coin sounds cooler or has the catchier name.
Exactly.
So where do we even begin?
Well, first, let's revisit those investment philosophies that we talked about.
Okay.
Cardano is all about long-term vision, building a sustainable and secure blockchain ecosystem.
Right.
They're playing the slow and steady game, focusing on research, peer review, and methodical development.
Okay.
So if you believe in the power of blockchain technology to revolutionize various industries, Cardano might be a good fit for you.
Okay.
They're laying the groundwork for a future where blockchain is integrated into everything from finance to healthcare to voting systems.
So Cardano is for, like, the patient investor.
Yeah.
Someone who's not looking to get rich quick.
Right.
But who's willing to hold on for the long haul.
Exactly.
What about XRP?
Okay, so XRP is for those who are excited about solving real-world problems today.
Okay.
They're laser-focused on making cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient.
Right.
If you believe in the power of crypto to disrupt the traditional financial system, XRP could be your champion.
Okay.
They've already gained traction with some financial institutions.
Okay.
And if they can overcome those hurdles to wider adoption,
Yeah.
their potential is huge.
Okay, so we've got the long-term vision versus the real-world application. What other factors should we be considering?
Well, risk tolerance is a big one.
Okay.
Crypto's a volatile market.
Yeah.
Both Cardano and XRP have their own sets of risks.
Yeah.
Cardano's slow and deliberate development process could mean they miss out on emerging trends or get overtaken by more agile competitors. XRP, on the other hand, is facing that ongoing legal battle with the SEC.
Right.
the outcome of that lawsuit could have a major impact on its future.
So with Cardano, it's like the risk of being too slow.
Mm-hmm.
And with XRP, it's the risk of like the regulatory uncertainty.
Exactly. And then there's the question of community and development.
Okay.
Both Cardano and XRP have active communities of developers and supporters who believe in their respective visions.
Yeah.
Take a look at what's being built on each platform, what partnerships they're forming, and how their communities are contributing to their growth.
So it's like evaluating any investment.
Yeah.
You want to see a strong team, a solid plan, and like a community of people who are really passionate about what they're building.
Exactly. And remember, diversification is key.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe you split that $3,000 and invest in both Cardano and XRP. Or explore other promising cryptocurrencies that align with your investment goal.
Yeah, there's a whole world of crypto out there.
Exactly.
Beyond just these two coins.
And one final thought.
Okay.
Don't forget the human element.
Right.
Read what people are saying about these coins.
Yeah.
Not just the headlines.
Yeah.
But the in-depth discussions that are happening online. Get a sense of the excitement,
Okay.
the concerns, the hopes people have for each project.
Yeah.
They can give you valuable insights beyond just the numbers and the tech specs.
It's like you're getting a feel for the energy and like the momentum behind each coin.
Exactly. Because ultimately, investing is about betting on the future.
Yeah.
And sometimes that gut feeling, that sense of excitement and belief in a project can be a really powerful indicator.
This has been such an amazing deep dive. I feel like I learned so much.
Me too. It's been a fascinating journey.
So to wrap things up, if someone's listening to this and they're ready to like make a decision, what's the one piece of advice that you would leave them with?
Do your research.
Okay.
Don't just take our word for it or the article's word for it.
Right.
Read, explore, ask questions, and then make the decision that feels right for you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's your money, your investment, your future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
And to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep those crypto dreams alive.